Hey guys, I'm gonna do a review today on a kind of like a 3-part system I have set up. Actually, a 2-part system I have set up, and some dummy rounds actually. So I'm gonna be using my Smith & Wesson 6906. So here we go. Basically, this is first setup that I have. It basically involves a tactical knife and a tactical holster situation. So let's first go into the holster. This is a holster from UTG in olive green. Basically, this is made primarily for airsoft, guns. But since most airsoft guns are made, to scale as to real firearms, they're interchangeable. This is a tactical sling holster, for either the hip, and if you see in here, there is 2 Velcro straps here, and this one that goes alongside this one over here, so you can detach this front part and put this on your belt. Okay, so keeping that in mind, let's first do a quick safety check. Nothing in here, nothing in there. Now, let's put this over here. This is my Smith & Wesson 6906, which is an awesome piece of equipment, in my opinion. And you guys can check out the review / breakdown / cleaning of this gun in my other videos, wherever it is that I put them. Okay, now first let's take care of let me explain this. The holster basically comes, this is for a medium / full size. This is a compact. So compact, as you see, it fits pretty good in there, and it has a attachment here that holds the gun in place, so there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is not coming out. Okay, now once you remove this, by the way, this also gets unclipped from here, so you have 2 ways of removing it. Now once you remove this, I'm going to put the gun aside. Inside here, if you see, you can't see it, but all the way in there's a piece of Velcro that stands about here, which you can push, and then if you see, it creates kind of like an indentation on here, like that, which you could fit, smaller size guns in here. But once you get like a full size, like an M1911, this will come all apart, and then you can obviously fit the gun. I have it pressed in for my gun because it's a subcompact. Now, this is extremely comfortable. I mean, I wore this on jeans, and this part, by the way, goes onto the belt. It clips on, Velcro's on, I'm sorry. You have a quick disconnect clip up here. Now, this also has very good padding. I mean, look how thick that padding is. So, I mean, to make a comparison, I guess, look at this quarter, and you'll see it's about maybe about a half a quarter thick. Real good. The stitching is really good. I've run with this, and doesn't slip, doesn't move around, doesn't shuffle, nothing. And also, this is a really important part, which is the reason why I bought this. Oh, by the way, this is 15 bucks on eBay. So I don't know why you wouldn't pick one up. I mean, honestly, they're cheap, they're really good quality, and the business I bought it from, according to them, it's been family owned, so they actually make all this stuff. But I don't know about that. Anyway, back to the review. On the straps here, you will find these. You could get the regular nylon or whatever this string is, and then you have these rubber stitching here that goes on the inside of the leg. Now, what this does is that basically when you have this strapped onto your pants, this will prevent this from slipping, like from moving around like that, because of the rubber. So really good. Now, the other good thing about this is that this comes with an extra magazine holder, which these dummy rounds are going to be the I guess, second part of the review, or yeah, second part. Let's put this aside. These are dummy rounds, not live rounds. This is an Underworld. I'm not shooting ultraviolet ammunition. Anyway, this holster here for the extra mag is actually really good, because some magazines are smaller, you know, if you're single stacked or double stacked. This one has here a little elastic band that basically makes this, you know, expand or contract depending on how big the magazine is. And of course you have a full Velcro strap. Okay, now in this case I'm not going to do this because it's kind of, it takes a lot of time. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this, but the inside of the gun, a lot of people were telling me that they were you know, having issues with the inside of the gun scratching the handguns. But this is actually kind of like the same material as back here, but without the extra like nylon on top of it. But it's very soft, it's very firm, so I really don't think that this is going to scratch up anything, unlike those you know, plastic polymer or even the leather holsters, some of them. Anyway, so yeah, this pretty much wraps up the review on this. These come in black, olive green, I believe digital, and desert. There's a bunch, like if you go on eBay you'll find there's a bunch of companies. This one is made from UTG, but there's also a company called UAG that also makes these holsters. You just gotta find one depending on the size of the, you know, gun that you're carrying. Now let me put this aside. Now yeah, dummy rounds next. These are from a company whose name I can't remember right now. Oh, it's called Action Tactical, I think it was .com. These are basically part of this magazine. This coils and this thing is kind of retarded. These are 9mm dummy rounds. Now what I like about this is that the casing is an actual 9mm casing, and then they fill it with this orangey plastic, which obviously you can't compare this to, you know, a hollow point or anything, because you can, I mean, come on, who's gonna mistake that, honestly? So basically these do cycle perfectly. So they cycle perfectly. As you see, there's no issues. And you're done. So there you go. I mean, they're really good for training. I've used this to help my parent, you know, to teach my parents on how to handle this, how to load the gun without actually using live ammo. And you know, so there you go. You know, it's really good. You go put this back in here for now. So basically the way it looks like with everything in place is put this like this. Well, in this case you can strap it on. It's easier just to do that. And you tighten it, and then there you go. There's your system. Now back to the knife. Now back onto the knife. Now this knife is a Gerber LMF II. I believe spec, I think, was the specification on this. This is a tactical knife. I don't know the name of the steel that it uses, but you can go into a, you know, look it up online, guys. I mean, google.com. This comes with a very, very, very good blade. I mean, I've seen, you know, when we went shooting the other day, in some of the other videos that you have, my friend, you know, was cutting it with like a regular, you know, one of those regular pocket knives that you get for like 10 bucks at a gun show. You know, he paid like $25 or $30, I think, for it. He couldn't cut it. I just basically got this and straight through it was like thick cardboard like this, you know, that we were using as targets. But yeah, anyway, this comes with these come in black and in this color, which is my favorite, which is they call it a Coyote Desert, I believe. But it's basically like a little bit tannish, you know, olive drab type of color. It's like desert, I guess. And you get this very, very good sheath. Now this sheath does come with 2 leg straps. I only use one because I attach this to my belt and this to my leg. So I don't like using 2 of them because in my case, I have kind of thick legs, so my leg, you know, this thing has a tendency of moving up and down. You know, I'd rather just keep it here and bam, on the leg, set. These comes with these retention clips up here, which basically, you know, you'd slide the knife in, and also has a clip right there which expands and slides right in. This is really, really sturdy. Okay, so if you don't have a good, you know, right now I'm having trouble taking it out because of the weird angle, but basically these come in and clip on, etc., etc., and you're set, you know. Now this also, if you want to put it on a vest, you can take these clips off, I mean these Velcro slabs off, and back here there's more Velcro. You just take it all off. Basically you end up with the sheath. Here, I'm going to take it out for you right there. There is a very good quality removable blade, because you could take off the blade here if you need to sharpen it or to replace it. You get a knife sharpener, so you know, no need for whetstones or anything like that. You know, you can sharpen anything here, kitchen knives, whatever you have. You know, obviously I just restrict it to this, but you know, for other people. This also comes with Velcro, I mean with tabs back here. If you want to put it on a melee vest, I guess you could use it. And guess what? Same thing. Look at that stitching. Rubber stitching, regular stitching. Same idea in mind. You know, to prevent the knife from twisting when you're using it, when you're running, etc., etc. This knife also comes with, in the back of the knife, you'll see here, you have a, what Gerber says you can use it for plexiglass, but this will probably destroy like almost any type of glass. You get a hammer here on the bottom, and you have, the knife also comes with, you saw earlier, you have 3 holes, one here and then 2 on the handle, to turn it into a spear. Alright, so you know, the same knife, I don't know if you care, but what's his face, well, I'll edit this part out, but basically he Bear Grylls uses this knife. Thank you. Bear Grylls uses this knife. Not this one. The one that uses is a little bit, it looks just a little bit more flimsy, but I don't know, I like this one. This one does come with serrated and the regular blade, and it's pretty thick. Okay, so you know, here are the 3 attachment points to turn it into a spear. You know, sorry for the horrible imitation. Anyway, so Gerber, you know, made in Portland, Oregon, so good stuff. Alright guys, well, this is my sorry for the lengthy review, you know, but if you're gonna buy a knife, I suggest you either buy this knife or the other the K-bar. K-bars are really good, but I don't know, I kind of prefer this one over the K-bar. Depends, everyone has their own thing. Okay, alright guys, thanks for watching.